Okay guys, I'm at the Ceralde residence here in Encinitas. Did a little redesign today on a cover that is going to go in place of, there was a solid patio cover attached to this eave for 38 feet or so across here, which caused some eave damage. This house has the real clay tiles on it, so they're gonna get the eave all repaired and get a new fascia board installed, and put the gutter back up because they'd like to put roof brackets on here and build a new patio cover that goes over the whole slab here where my tape measures are laying out, 28 feet here, and then jogs back to a little 8x11 area here of lattice. So they would like us to pretty much put the cover back in the same spot that the old one is here, starting at this edge of the slab. I think the best thing to do, I got my tape measure on the edge of the brick ribbon here, and if we plumb up, that's gonna, the first roof bracket would probably have to be, the first rafter is right here, just about in line with the end of the end of the cover. But I think since we're going to be putting the Equinox in this center section where the doors and window are located, probably we'll put the roof brackets, let's see, if I put the first one there, I guess I could make the beam run a little bit longer if I needed to, because it would probably be best to, this is the much bigger projection than the right side. The right side's only going to come out 8 feet. So probably have you put the roof bracket starting on this first rafter that's plumb up from the end of the slab, and then go 6 feet all the way across, which will end 2 feet in from the end of the cover on this side, because I measured all these rafters are 2 feet apart, so that would bring the end here, the first bracket in 2 feet in from the end of the cover. Okay, 7 roof brackets, and I had them one sitting up there. We just want to try to have it work out so where obviously the roofer and carpenter are going to come out and remove all the first course of tiles to fix the sheeting. So I would like us to come out and put the roof brackets up before they put the tiles back in, so that they can notch the tiles around our roof brackets, because they're all going to be in different portions of the valleys and the high side of the tiles. Okay, and they're going to have to put new roofing on this last couple of feet because there's been a lot of water damage here on the edge of the roof, and it's going to have to be repaired. So the ledger and all these little rafter tails that have been cut off, the fascia's been eliminated. There's just little pieces of blocking that are put in between holding up the sheeting, so all that's going to have to get knocked out, and it's all going to have to be put back together like this is, with a bigger fascia board. It's got like a 8.5 inch resawn fascia here all the way across, and it's going to need a gutter, obviously, because we're going to build the cover up on roof brackets. So this is 4 and 12 pitch. I'm pretty sure I'm going to double check it again. And so the first phase of this will just be to come out here and put a roof bracket on each end, obviously put a string line between them, get all the roof brackets up here, 7 of them in line. But like I was saying, I want to try to get them as close to the proper projection that we need for the face of the 3x8. That's going to be up here is going to be where we're going to build an Equinox. So the dimension from the inside face of the 3x8 that's in the bracket to the post location out here, we would like to use the proper 12-foot projection, 139 inches, the inside. So from the inside of the post bracket, roof bracket to the inside edge of where we're going to set our posts on the edge of the slab here where the existing posts were. We want to make sure we have an ID of 139 inches. Okay, I drew it out on the concrete here when I had a roof bracket up on the roof. Should be about 18 inches or so out from the stucco to where the louvers would start, okay? So that's kind of a critical dimension when you're figuring out where to set the roof bracket up on top of the roof. It is going to be far enough back where the first lag bolt will be probably just behind the fascia board, so that we're not too close to the very end of the rafters. Because I was measuring from this existing blocking here, which is in line with where the fascia board is going to be. So that's kind of a critical dimension that we got to get accurate. Now, if the brackets were a little bit higher, if they had to be a little higher, that means the post would just be a little further back from the edge of the slab. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but we're trying to stretch it and get the post wraps as close to the edge of the slab as we can, like the old cover was, all right? So this thing's gonna be pretty tall. It's 90, I think it was 95 or so to the edge of the sheeting. So by the time we go up 6 or 7 inches, then the roof bracket and the beam is gonna put us up to like 116 inches or so to the top of the beam. So pretty tall, 9'8", 9'10" to the bottom of the beams coming out. You know, then we're in the area where the equinox is going to go. We'd have to stack another beam on top of the lower beam to accept the louvers, and then next to it we're going to put 3x8 rafters for lattice. So we're going to have 8 feet of lattice on the left side here. Then the louvers are designed to cover the windows on the house, 16 feet. So from 8 foot here to 24 feet, actually it would be to 8 plus 16 is 24. So 24 would be, yeah, to a little bit to the right of the edge of the barbecue here. So covering all these windows. And actually, in order to cover the windows, yeah, 8 feet, that's correct. Okay, 8 feet, then 16 feet of louvers, and that'll leave like a 4-foot lattice section next to that at the 13.5-foot projection to the posts from the wall. And then we'll have an overhang on the front with some lattice across the front, and then it'll jog back, and there'll be one post over here, and then just use we're designing this with double rafters, but I think I'm going to change it to singles now. Because if we decide to put a floater post here, you could still cut a hole in the bottom of the 3x8 and connect a floater post between 2 3x8s running across here with one post at the corner over here. All your posts off of the brick ribbon, everything's on the concrete, okay? And so lattice here, 8x11, 8x10, however this works out. Equinox and tails on the front. Double stack beam at the back, think's gonna be pretty high. White. One outlet on the front header somewhere, confirm that with the homeowner, run it back and into the back beam and all the way down to this end. And then I think probably the best thing to do, we got a 110 circuit coming out of the attic right here. And I'm gonna talk to the carpenter about putting a junction box up here on the side of the 2x6 house rafter. And then from there, we'll mount a transformer on the wall here for the Equinox, and then also run a 110. So maybe where we put this roof bracket on this end, maybe we'll run the electrical up at the same time. So you guys could drill a hole, bring the electrical up through the roof bracket in a conduit, and even strap it to the stem of the roof bracket, piece of flex, and bring it up and just loop it for right now so that we can stuff it up into the beam for both the 110 outlet out here and also to run the Equinox wire over to where the motor's going to be, you know, over the top of the door. So that's another thing that we'll pre-assemble when we come out and do the first phase of the job, which is the roof brackets, okay? And then this homeowner will build this job probably in March or April of 2020. Do the roof brackets first, and then they're going to get the roofing repaired, and then have us come out and do the cover early springtime, okay? I think that's everything. Trying to think if I'm forgetting to talk about something else here. But like I said, once again, the critical dimension is where we put these roof brackets, measure out, plumb down, and make sure our posts at the inside dimension is get the posts as close to the edge of slab as possible with that 139-inch dimension for the louvers. Oh, and then told them there would have to be a drain out here going down one of the posts for the louvers to drain into, and then obviously the water will just run off the patio out to the front. Okay, that should be everything, guys. Thank you.